Alright, Planeswalkers, welcome! I'm Mike, Shinobi Mystic, your host here on Mystic Miniatures Forge. And today, we're going through the Mountain Climber episode. This game objective, the primary objective, is to start in the start zone there's one team, Team A, red team, blue team, and then there's a red team which starts on the other side, to go down across underneath the bridge, turn at the waterfall, and then walk up these steps, go across the bridge, and then start the descent up to the top of the mountain of HeroScape tiles. My goal was to make, and I've got like a star badge at the top of the mountain, was to see how many tiles I have, see what kind of large structure I could make, and when I think about today's battle, I ask myself, where does this mystical adventure take place? And I turn to you, my friend. I tell you to reach for any red deck that you have. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the microphone. Reach into it and grab a mountain card. The basic mountain. Whatever core set mountain you got, that's where I want this battle to happen. I want it to happen on the most basic mountain that you got in your red deck. That's where it happens. Somewhere when you open that deck and you saw that mountain, you said, what kind of adventures could happen there? This happens there, my friend. Alright. Welcome, Planeswalkers, to another episode of Mountain Climber. I'm your host, Mike, Shinobi Mystic, as we travel up to the top of the basic mountain. So, today is the last battle in the bracket for Juliette. Starting in the blue corner is Juliette, the Sorceress. And starting in the red corner is Turbo Magnus, the Turbo Man himself. Let us roll the 20-sided die to see which Planeswalker starts first. Juliette rolls 16. Turbo Magnus rolls 14. Juliette draws. Let's see. Turbo Magnus draws his opening hand. And now, Juliette. She begins with the reaching the summit. There's these victory conditions, but each army has to draw from the, I guess I want the mountain to be a character so that it has its own deck. So for example, this event card happens. Loose rocks. Roll 1. Unblockable combat die. It's like against who? I don't know, against whoever's out there. Any figure on the battlefield does this. So there. Yeah, that's a hit. Poor Juliette. Loose rock. She stubs her toe right as she gets started. Now as I apply the wound, I look down. She has this grim power. At the beginning of the game, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 1, re-roll that die. Place X blue grim power markers on this army card. The roll is 4. Excellent. Juliette knows that it's going to be a long, long haul to reach the top of the mountain. But it is possible because she has done it before. So, she, just like any adventurer, starts with the first step. But before we do that, she's going to summon Anshu the Welkengi. and she summons him on the artifact. I'm going to allow that because the idea is that you want to be able to pick these things up. So, a steady footing. It's an artifact. Sacrifice this artifact until end of turn. Figure gets +2 on their roll for wind gusts. And now Juliette is going to move. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll leave that there. Let's see, Turbo Magnus draws from his spell deck. I'm going to play Enchant Planeswalker on Turbo Magnus, +1, while his controller has 3 or more cards in hand. Pour over the pages. That makes him a 4/6. Wow. Let's see, Turbo Magnus. He's gonna summon his squad creatures, the Turbo Mystics, and he's gonna do that up to 5 clear site spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, put him right here. Ready for flight. Yeah, can he see that? Hell yeah, he can see that. Okay, and then the Turbo Magnus. Due to the unstable planar energies upon the basic mountain, the player must roll a 20-sided die. The result determines their success. 1 through 5 it fails. 6 through 15 is a partial success, moving half of their flying movement. Write it up. 6 through 20, full success. The unit moves their entire flying movement. Turbo Magnus's roll is 13. A partial success. He may move half of his movement if he chooses to fly. Otherwise he can just walk normally. Maybe what I'll do is have him walk normally. That's the starting location. 1, 2, 3. Turbo Magnus. He being a technomancer, you know, kind of like a Tony Stark, I would think, having that kind of bio suit. He picks up an artifact, steady footing. Alright. So yeah, Juliette's got a steady footing. He's got a steady footing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's just out of range of the next. Just out of reach of the next artifact. But him and his squad of guys stand hovering. Did I not pick up the freaking... No, I didn't. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. A rival climber is racing up the summit. He passes by... Move your figure back 2 spaces. But he was in the starting position. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that wouldn't really do anything. That wouldn't have done anything. Maybe I'll just move him back 2 down. Yeah. Because I said so. GM license. Pulling that GM license. Alright, so what do you guys think? You it's like, I think I should just get myself in there. Yeah, what are you guys thinking? It's pretty cool, right? The whole mountain setup? I love it. Alright, Turbo Magnus. Back online. Now it's back to... So that'd be, yeah, that was 1. It's 2. Back to Juliette. Turbo Magnus. He's got his backup squads. Yeah. Alright, so what's Juliette up to, huh? Draw a spell card. Don't freaking look at it, just draw it. Now draw from the deck a snowstorm. This card affects both range and movement. roll a 6-sided die to determine range effects, and a 20-sided die to determine movement effects. And because we're not in range of any Turbo Magnus figures, they're all over here. So 20. 10 through 20. No penalty. So I will be... Yeah, let me be on Shoe, the Wild Candy. And now I'm going to do the planar flight check. And that's a 9. 6 through 15, a partial success, may move half of the figure's movement. So I'm just going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to put them there. Just moving further down the corridor. Alright. Now it's back to Turbo Magnus. Turbo Magnus online. Alright, draw a card. Let me just look at these real fast. I'm gonna enchant Turbo Magnus. And now I choose an army card. Who do I want to be? I'm actually gonna be the Turbo Mystics. Yeah, let's try that. Turbo Mystics. And I'm gonna roll. Oh no, then I do this. Climb effect. Figures moving up elevations must roll the 6-sided die. 1 through 2. Figure slips, loses 1 movement point. It stays in place. Which I haven't been doing the staying in place part. I've just been that they lose a movement point. It's the 3 through 6. The figure climbs successfully. So let's see here. I'll be the Turbo Magi. 18. Full success. The unit moves their entire flying movement. And I do mention it as a unit because I don't want to keep having to roll a 20-sided die. It already sounds like I gotta roll a 6-sided die bunch. Let me just roll that once because I don't want to keep doing that. 1. The figure slips, loses 1 movement point. So therefore they can only move a move of 5. Alright, so I'm gonna have this guy slide around, shift or something. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He lands and picks up an artifact card. It's a ladder. I don't know how the hell he's gonna fly around and carry a ladder, but he is. That goes down here. That helps sacrifice it. And when climbing up or down terrain, figure may double their height. Okay. The other Turbo Magi are going to move, fly 5. Let's see. He moves up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's actually another artifact on the backside of that. So their team picks up another artifact, and it's another ladder. Another ladder. So I don't know how this guy's gonna fly around 2 ladders. It's cute. All right, and the last Turbo Mystic begins to get engaged. So he flies up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He flies up. Damn, are they hard to see. Okay. Yeah, that's it. They're just flying around. Wow. Look at that. He's got the whole spread there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So that's the end of his turn. Now it's Juliette's turn. Draw a card for her. I'm just going to look at her spell cards for a second. Okay. Juliette's going to have a cool turn. So I'm going to be the Anshu, the Wakaniki. And we're going to draw from the... Oh, geez Louise. It's a wolf card. So now, summon 3 2/2 green wolf creature tokens up to 5 player size spaces from the current player figure. Wildlife attack. Alright. Wildlife. Where does the wildlife appear from? Well, let's kind of have them pop out from around the corner here. Let's just do that. So, 1, a 2, a 3. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'll summon those guys. I am going to be on Shu. Let's do this. I'm going to roll a 20-sided die to see about the flight check. 13, which is a partial success. I'm going to remove a Grim Power marker from Juliette to use her power called Probability Manipulation. Juliette may remove a Grim Power marker from her army card to cause any or all just rolled dice, attack, defense, or 20-sided die of any figure that is in her clear line of sight to be re-rolled. That's the only consideration, is that she has to... I got you. So, re-roll that 13, sir. Come on. Need full movement. It's another 13. Therefore, the probability manipulation, it is what it is. Moving half the movement. Going to fly directly up. 1, a 2, a 3. Before the end of her turn, let's see. Before the end of the turn, I'm going to play a Runner's Bane. Enchanted Squad has their movement reduced by 1. Not reduced to 1, but reduced by 1. A Runner's Bane. Alright, so that'll go on the Turbo Mystics. And now I'm going to play Creeping Dread on the Turbo Mystics. Enchanted Squad. At the start of Enchanted Squad's turn, the controller chooses to discard a card or deal 1 damage to a creature in Enchanted Squad. Alright. Maybe these guys are scared of heights or something, but they're starting to suck real fast. I'm also going to destroy... No. Let's see. I'm going to play... So that was 1, 2 spells. And then I'm going to play this. A Hypnotic Sigil. What is it? What am I looking at? I don't know. I'm just hypnotized. A sorcery. Target a opponent's creature. Take control of that figure and immediately take a turn with the chosen figure. Return control of the chosen figure at the end of the turn. Duh. Alright. That's Juliette's third spell. And she's going to take the Turbo Magnus at the top of the bridge. And she's going to take him down. Take him down. Oh, I decreased all the movement points and everything, so we're going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's still plenty. So all he's got to do is move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he can still attack Papa. So the it's like this way too close. So Juliette flew him down, and now he's trying to attack his master. Turbo Mystic. The Turbo Mystic holy shit. I need an HD camera on both ends of this table. Alright, so the Turbo Mystic attacks Turbo Magnus, and that looks something like this. Oh. If Turbo Magnus is within 4 clear side spaces of Turbo Mystics, they get +1/+1. Okay. No, this is kind of silly because Turbo Magnus has 6 defense, and the Turbo Mystic only has 1 power, but the thing gets a +1. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is kind of a waste of time. Yep, and it is because I rolled 2 blanks. I got 2 blanks. Alright, but you know what? They took his guy that was all the way forward and put him all the way back towards the Planeswalker. So he's going to redo all the movement points with now decreased movement. So that actually is the end of Juliette's turn. And now it is back to our friend Turbo Magnus. What will you do this turn? Turbo Magnus is going to play Jace's Ingenuity. Draw 3 cards. If you had to be somebody, be like Jace. 1, 2, 3. Pissing through my spell deck. Alright, so in order to be the Turbo Magnet Mystics at the start of Enchanted Squad's turn. Alright, I'll do that in a second. So let's do the spell. The event card. And that's gonna be Loose Rocks. Roll 1 unblockable combat die. And I'll roll it against this guy that's right here. Oh, I dropped it. But it did land on a hit. So he takes 1 wound to his standee. Now I'm gonna be the Turbo Mystics. At the start of Enchanted Squad's turn, its controller chooses to discard a card or deal 1 damage to Enchanted Squad. I'm gonna discard a card, and now I'm going to move the Turbo Mystics. Let's roll that 20-sided die to see if the move is affected. Flight check, 20 for the Turbo Mystics. However, their move is permanently reduced, but that shouldn't be too bad. Alright, let's see. I'll start with this guy, and I'm going to move him 6. No, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's basically back where he was. Oh. Can't see the fucking guy. Alright, here's the other dude. There's another mountain over there. Here's the other dude. And then he's gonna move 5. One, 2, 3. 4, 5. 4. Right here. 4. Right here. Pan the camera up. 5. Can you guys see that? I feel like I'm gonna knock everything over. It's like behind me to like look it up. Alright, I'm gonna change the camera too. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1. And I clicked everything wrong just now. Alright, and now Turbo Magnus looks at his hand. And here it is. He knows. He winks. He looks so... He turns, actually. He turns over and he looks at Juliette. Let's see. Let's get these guys going. Oh, I gotta get this on the screen. Okay, so here he is, right? Here he is. He's sitting here on the thing. That's awesome. Alright, it's Juliette, so... Yeah, he's almost there. So then, what did I say? Turbo Magnus, he turns, and he looks. He looks at Juliette. And he kind of winks or something. And now he plays a Rush of Adrenaline. Rush of Adrenaline. Move a creature you control to 4 spaces. Then deal 1 damage to it. Up to 4 spaces. And he's clear for flying. Right? Unless I'm doing that wrong. Which I might be. If he can move 4, he can move 1 more. And the Turbo Mystic wins the mountain. Yeah,